Hello everybody and welcome to Uprising 144K. I'm Hydrogen Man. All right, today let's talk about steroids. Let's talk about hydrogen. Why steroids? Well, for one, I have multiple friends who are contemplating using steroids, and they've also informed me of a lot of people out there who use steroids, and I've also had other friends who have used steroids. I did just a little bit of research on some of the side effects of some of these steroids, and it's not good, obviously. I mean, I have a list here of just a few things. Things like oxidative injury, vascular injury, and they also get something called osteonecrosis. So what this is basically a lack of blood supply to the bones, and so you basically have death of the tissue of the bone. So your bones are going to get smaller. Not a good thing, guys, but this is super interesting when compared to people who do bodybuilding naturally without steroids. If you gain muscle naturally, your bone density will tend to follow those muscle gains. But when you do it with steroids, the muscle or the bone density will actually go down and wither away, something that's really irreversible, according to the medical literature that I've been reading. So this is very interesting. They did a study actually with hydrogen and steroids, and it was really interesting because they used rabbits in this particular study. But this is what they did. They had two groups, okay? In one group, they used steroids and that's all they did. The other group, they used steroids in the same manner, except they also used hydrogen. And this is what the results showed, guys. Super cool. They showed that there was a significantly lower rate of osteonecrosis with the rabbits that were getting hydrogen. The percentage was 28.6% for the ones that did have hydrogen versus the almost 70% of the rabbits that did not get hydrogen, which means they had more rates of osteonecrosis. But not just that, they also had a greater incidence of the oxidative injury, of the vascular injury, and they also had greater numbers of apoptosis as compared to the group that had the hydrogen. So that was just some of the interesting results that came from this particular research. And what it really showed me, as I've always kind of known that hydrogen has this protective kind of mechanism or protective effect that it seems to have on animals. Or possibly on humans too. It just has this protectiveness about it. So I would say that if somebody is seriously considering doing steroids, obviously I think the problem is that sometimes people will do something, and I think this happens with everybody at some point, that they end up regretting. And so hydrogen might potentially give you a protective effect, so that way if you end up not being happy with your choice, hopefully you didn't get something that was irreversible or cause you some damage that would really be detrimental, not just to your health, but to your mental well-being, later on in the future. And so I wanted to put this video out, just trying to educate on that for anybody out there who's even contemplating or thinking about using something like steroids, and of course for anybody who needs it medically. Some people need steroids medically, and I'm sure they're gonna have negative side effects. This really goes for just about anybody out there who needs some type of pharmaceutical drug for whatever reason, and they get negative side effects, or people who are gonna undergo chemotherapy, whatever. Hydrogen appears to have really a very good kind of effect on people, or protective effect. And so I think it's something that would be worth trying to try to protect your body from any negative side effects. And in this particular case today, we're talking about steroids. So I hope you guys found the video helpful. If you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, if you've never been to the channel before, so you can stay up to date on all things, not just hydrogen, but health and whatnot. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time on the next video.